If you found this video, you're standing at the edge of something remarkable. Not by chance, not by accident, but because you've been quietly preparing for this moment longer than you realize. There's a heaviness you've been carrying that's about to lift, a clarity that's been building in the background of your thoughts. And whether you've noticed it or not, you're already different from who you were just weeks ago. This is the final step before everything clicks into place. And once you understand what's happening right now, you'll never see your journey the same way again. Have you ever noticed how sometimes the hardest parts of your life seem to cluster together? Not just one challenge, but wave after wave of obstacles that leave you wondering if you're being tested by something bigger than yourself. You push through one difficult situation only to find another waiting around the corner. It feels relentless, exhausting, like you're swimming upstream in a current that never stops pulling against you. Most people assume this means they're doing something wrong, that they've somehow attracted all this struggle into their life. But what if I told you the opposite is true? What if these challenges aren't punishments but preparations? Think about the way a muscle grows stronger. It doesn't happen during rest. It happens under pressure when resistance forces it to adapt and rebuild itself more resilient than before. Your entire being works the same way. Every difficult conversation that forced you to find your voice, every disappointment that taught you what you won't accept anymore, every loss that showed you what truly matters. These weren't random hardships. They were carefully orchestrated lessons designed to strip away everything that wasn't authentically you. Right now, you might feel like you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, like everyone around you seems to glide through life while you're constantly navigating turbulence. But here's what you haven't seen yet. While others were coasting, you were building. While they were comfortable, you were expanding. The very struggles that felt like setbacks were actually setting you up for something extraordinary. There's a reason why diamonds form under pressure deep beneath the Earth's surface. The intense heat and crushing weight that would destroy softer materials actually creates something precious and unbreakable. You've been in your own version of that process, and you're much closer to the surface than you think. The pressure you've felt isn't trying to break you down. It's been forging you into someone capable of handling the life that's waiting for you. Most people spend their entire lives avoiding discomfort, running from anything that feels uncertain or challenging. They choose the familiar path, the predictable routine, the safe relationship, the comfortable job. And while there's nothing wrong with comfort, it doesn't create growth. It doesn't build the kind of inner strength that allows you to step into opportunities that would terrify others. You've been walking a different path, whether you chose it or it chose you. Every time you've had to start over, you've proven to yourself that you can survive change. Every time you've faced rejection or failure, you've discovered that your worth isn't determined by external validation. Every time you've felt alone in your struggles, you've developed a relationship with your own inner wisdom that most people never find. These experiences weren't happening to you. They were happening for you. The beautiful thing about reaching this point is that you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. You've already proven everything to yourself. You've walked through fire and emerged with your heart intact. You've lost people and things you thought you couldn't live without, only to discover that you're more resilient than you ever imagined. You've been tested in ways that revealed depths of strength you didn't know existed within you. But here's what makes this moment so significant. You're not the same person who started this journey. The version of you that used to panic at the first sign of uncertainty has been replaced by someone who can navigate ambiguity with grace. The part of you that used to seek approval from others has transformed into someone who trusts their own judgment. The person who once felt powerless in difficult situations now carries themselves with quiet confidence that comes from knowing they can handle whatever comes their way. This transformation didn't happen overnight, and it wasn't always visible even to you. It occurred in tiny moments of choice. When you decided to speak up instead of staying silent, when you chose to walk away from something that wasn't serving you, even though it felt scary, when you picked yourself up after falling down and decided to try again instead of giving up. Each small act of courage built upon the last, creating a foundation of self-trust that can't be shaken by external circumstances. You've been developing what I call unshakable inner authority. It's that deep knowing that regardless of what happens around you, you have the tools to navigate it. It's the quiet confidence that comes from having tested yourself in real situations and discovered that you're far more capable than you ever believed. Most importantly, it's the understanding that your peace and happiness aren't dependent on everything going perfectly in your external world. This inner authority changes everything about how you show up in life. Instead of constantly scanning for approval or validation from others, you operate from your own center of knowing. Instead of being thrown off course by every unexpected challenge, you approach obstacles with curiosity rather than fear. Instead of waiting for permission to pursue what matters to you, you give yourself that permission and take action from a place of self-trust. The shift is subtle but profound. People around you might start noticing something different about your energy, even if they can't put their finger on exactly what's changed. There's a groundedness to your presence that wasn't there before, a calmness in your responses that suggests you're no longer reactive to external drama, a clarity in your decisions that comes from being connected to your own inner compass rather than constantly looking outside yourself for direction. What's happening is that all those difficult experiences have been preparing you for this moment of integration. Everything you've learned, every strength you've developed, every piece of wisdom you've gained through struggle is now ready to be applied in a completely new way. You're not just surviving challenges anymore. You're ready to thrive in ways that seemed impossible when you were in the thick of the difficulties. The final step isn't about adding more to who you are. It's about fully owning and embodying everything you've already become. It's about stepping into the power you've been building without apology or hesitation. It's about trusting that voice inside you that's been growing stronger through every trial you've faced. The version of you that's emerging has been forged through experience, tested by reality, and refined by challenges that would have overwhelmed the person you used to be. You're standing at a threshold where everything you've learned is about to be put into practice in ways that will surprise you. The skills you developed during your darkest moments are about to become your greatest assets in creating the life you've always wanted. The resilience you built when everything felt like it was falling apart is about to be the foundation for building something beautiful and lasting. This isn't about positive thinking or hoping for the best. This is about recognizing that you've already done the hard work of becoming someone who can handle whatever comes next. The final step is simply allowing yourself to step fully into that power and watch as everything begins to align around the person you've become. The timing of your readiness isn't random. There's something happening in the invisible mechanics of your life that you might not have noticed yet, but it's been building momentum behind the scenes. Think about how a river works. For miles underground, water gathers strength, collecting from countless small sources you never see. Then suddenly it breaks through the surface as a flowing stream that seems to appear from nowhere. That's exactly what's occurring in your life right now. You've been sending out signals through your choices, your growth, your refusal to settle for less than you deserve. Those signals have been traveling through networks of possibility that exist beyond what most people can perceive. Every time you chose authenticity over approval, every moment you picked courage over comfort, every instance you trusted your instincts despite external pressure, you were programming a different frequency into your personal broadcast system. Now that frequency is about to be matched by the world around you. It's like you've been learning a new language through all those challenging experiences, and suddenly you're going to find yourself in a place where everyone speaks that same language fluently. The conversations will flow differently. The opportunities will make sense in ways they never did before. The people who show up will understand you without lengthy explanations. This is why certain relationships in your life might feel strained right now. It's not that anyone did anything wrong. You've simply outgrown the energy exchange that used to work. Some people in your orbit are going to feel the shift and naturally drift toward their own path. Others will rise to meet you at this new level. And entirely new connections are preparing to enter your world, drawn by the authentic power you've been cultivating. Your nervous system has been recalibrating too, though you might not have connected the dots yet. Those sleepless nights when your mind wouldn't stop racing weren't just stress. They were integration periods where your consciousness was processing and organizing everything you've learned. The vivid dreams, the sudden insights that pop up while you're doing mundane tasks, the moments when you feel like you can see patterns in your life with startling clarity, these are all signs that your internal operating system is upgrading. Most people resist this kind of deep change because it feels disorienting. Your old familiar problems start seeming almost trivial, but you haven't fully stepped into what's replacing them yet. It's like standing in a doorway between two rooms. Behind you is everything you've known, and ahead is territory that feels exciting but unfamiliar. The tendency is to step back into the known, even when the known wasn't serving you. But you're different now. You've developed what I call change resilience. Instead of fearing the unknown, you've learned to dance with it. Instead of needing guarantees before you move forward, you've discovered that your ability to adapt and respond is more valuable than any external security. This shift in how you relate to uncertainty is going to be one of your greatest advantages in what's coming. There's something else happening that's almost impossible to explain logically, but you've probably felt it. Time itself seems to be moving differently around you. Some days feel packed with meaning and synchronicity, while others pass in a blur. You'll have moments where everything feels suspended, like the universe is holding its breath, followed by periods where events unfold with surprising speed and precision. This isn't your imagination playing tricks on you. When someone is aligned with their deeper purpose, the normal rules of cause and effect start operating differently. Actions you take seem to have amplified results. Decisions that used to require endless deliberation now feel obvious. Resources and support show up just when you need them, not through luck or coincidence, but because you're finally operating from a place that attracts what matches your authentic energy. The people who've been watching your journey might start treating you differently too. Some will be inspired by the changes they see and want to understand how you did it. Others might feel threatened by your growth and try to pull you back into old dynamics. Neither reaction is about you. Both are natural responses to someone stepping into their power in a world where most people have forgotten what that looks like. Your relationship with failure is transforming as well. What used to feel like devastating setbacks now register as course corrections. You're developing the ability to extract value from any experience, regardless of whether it unfolds the way you initially hoped. This isn't about becoming indifferent to outcomes. It's about understanding that your growth and evolution are more important than any single result. The voice in your head that used to criticize and doubt everything you did is losing its authority. In its place, a different kind of inner guidance is emerging. It's quieter, but infinitely more trustworthy. It doesn't shout instructions or create anxiety about making the wrong choice. Instead, it offers gentle nudges toward what serves your highest good, even when that path looks different from what others expect or understand. You're also discovering that you don't need to explain yourself as much as you used to. The compulsion to justify your choices to people who aren't walking your path is fading. There's a freedom in this that extends into every area of your life. You can pursue what calls to you without needing consensus from others. You can change direction when something no longer feels aligned without owing anyone an elaborate explanation. This emerging version of you carries a different kind of magnetic quality. It's not the desperate magnetism of someone trying to prove their worth or attract attention. It's the quiet magnetism of someone who knows their own value and isn't afraid to embody it fully. People are going to be drawn to your energy without understanding why. Opportunities are going to find you instead of requiring endless pursuit. The final step isn't a single moment or decision. It's a recognition of who you've already become and a willingness to live from that place consistently. It's choosing to trust the process that's been preparing you, even when you can't see the complete picture yet. Everything is about to shift into a new configuration, and you're the only one who can give yourself permission to receive what's been building towards you all along. The truth is, you've already taken the final step just by recognizing where you are in this process. Everything you've survived, every strength you've built, every moment of growth has led to this precise point. You're not waiting for permission anymore. You're not hoping for change. You are the change. And everything around you is about to rearrange itself to match the person you've become. Trust what's unfolding. Your time is now.